hold on, bro. Who's reading next? You finished? What's that? You got something, right? All right, Matthew. Yeah, give me Matt. This is what I wanted, right? Then I'll get to you in a minute. I'll tell you what, brother. Read your quick precept.
Okay.
We're gonna down with Matthew.
Back up what the Bible's saying. This is John 10 and 10. The thief cometh not, but for to kill, to steal, and destroy. I am come that they might have life, that they might have.
We're gonna get to this. Go on.
I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly.
Right. So Yahawashi came for, so that we may have life. What is the life that we're gonna get? It's all gonna begin with the scriptures. The true understanding of the scriptures, which is what we have. Go on, brother. And we're confident in that fact. Go on.
Psalms 107, verse 20.
Okay.
He sent his word and healed them.
Right. He sent his word and healed them. Go on.
And delivered them from their destruction.
And delivered them from their destructions, man. So the healing came right through the word. So once we believe that he is according to the record, then ultimately we'll be healed like the woman. The woman touched this garment, and she believed if she touched this garment, she was going to be healed of her issue. When you read about that, which is in Matthew's, what is it, 9? We're going to get that soon. All right, you finished what you're saying? Go on.
There was a man that he had legion of demons on him. And the Most High, because Yahawashi, he represents the word. So when he came, them demons were cast out of him, man. So that's a metaphor of how we was, man. The word came to us. Them demons left us, man. We became the new man.
We became a new man. That's it? Yeah, okay, get that, and then we're going to go to Mark 9. Go on, brother.
This is John 14 and 6. It says, Yahawashi saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Right, I am the way, the truth, and the light, or the life. So that's where life comes out of. The life came from Yahawashi. When you read the book of Revelations, the 11th chapter, it talks about how their dead bodies, lived until, what is it, 3.5 years. Roughly paraphrasing the scripture there. Right? And then the spirit of life entered into them. What is the spirit of life? The word of the Lord. Okay? Anyway, you finished with that? Okay. And so we're going to get to the grand finale scripture now. Wow. What does it matter? It's not.
It's Matthew 9 and 10. And it came to pass, as Yahawashi sat at meat in the house, behold, many publicans and sinners came and sat down with his disciples.
People hated the publicans, man. I think they were known as tax collectors or something. They're going, bro. Yeah.
And when the Pharisees saw it, they said unto his disciples, Why eateth your master with publicans and sinners? Verse 12. But when Yahawashi heard that, he said unto them, that they that be whole need not a physician.
Yeah, I was going to tell you to get that scripture, but it was right in there. Go on.
They that be whole need not a physician.
Yeah, so the Lord,
they that are sick.
Yeah, so the Lord came to bring sinners back, man. The Lord didn't come to bring those that were righteous, which represented the Pharisees, because they were holier than thou. They had the law on lockdown. They were keeping everything to the T-bone. But not, I won't even say that, because they were going up on one thing, right? I mean, if you're going up on one thing, then you're pretty much going up on the whole entire thing, because they didn't believe in the Messiah. They knew that the Messiah was going to come, but they didn't believe on him. So that's where they went off. That's why their whole thing was off anyway. Go on, brother.
But go ye and learn. But go ye and learn what that meaneth. Right. I will have mercy and not sacrifice.
Right.
For I am not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance.
Right, but sinners to repentance. Yeah? Sinners to repentance. That's what the Lord came to do, and that's why it was reasonable, also according to prophecy, that we will lose our heritage and falling away. Like what Paul said, there shall be a falling away first. Right. All right. So once the falling away came, which really represented the philosophy that we had, and also known as Israelites, when that fell away, now there was a time for grace, and the Lord provided that so that He can then wake us up and bring us back to where we are right now. All right. Hence the resurrection. The term resurrection. We have been resurrected back to who he was before. Right. Okay, and that's the beauty of this thing, man. It's true when you understand it. Go on, brother. But see, if you're just a New Testamenter or an Old Testamenter, you wouldn't understand that. Go on, brother.
Then came to him the disciples of John, saying, Why do we and the Pharisees fast off, but thy disciples fast not? Verse 15. And Yahawashi said unto them, Can the children of the bride chamber mourn
Right.
as long as the bridegroom is with them.
Right.
But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them.
Right, and that's why we're mourning right now, because Yahawashi is not, the Prince of Peace is not here.
Right.
Okay? This is why we're in a shitty condition, and this is why we're asking for Yahawashi. We're begging him to come. All right, we want Yahweh to send his son down here so we can get the hell out of here and we can heal, man. We can be healed. That's just the main thing, man, because, you know, hey, I'm going to just be real with you brothers, man. I'm sick and tired of this life, man. You know?
That's right.
I'm sick and tired of this shit, man. You get up early in the morning, it's the same old shit. Same old thing, man.
Every day, man.
Every single day, you wake up, you wash your face, and then you gotta see all of this nonsense out here. You're dealing with the people, these jokers out here, and it's the same old thing, man. You know, I gotta look at my little chinks and stuff like that, and I'm tired of it, man. You know, that's just the thing. But you know, we have to bear our own cross, though.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to lead to us being. That's going to lead to our perfection. Because really, what we're experiencing is our perfection. Okay. That's what's going on right now. We're being not perfection. We're being purified.
Right. Yeah.
You going? Yeah, just bring out scriptures, brothers. I mean, I know that the scriptures. I know that the spirit is willing, man. You gotta stay in the scriptures, going. We gotta stay in the scriptures.
Wait.
All right. Yeah, go.
This is Philippians chapter 1. Philippians chapter 1. We start from verse 21. Right? For to me, to live is Hamashiach.
Right. For me to live is in what it says in Christ, right? When we say Hamashiach, go on.
And to die is gain.
And to die is gain, man. And that's true because when Yahawashi went on the cross, what did he gain? He gained his reward in heaven. So when he comes back down on earth, he's going to proclaim his reward on earth. All right, so he gained by putting himself to death and sacrificing for the sins of Israel. And we're going to go out in like manner, some brothers anyway. Go on, bro.
This is Sirach chapter 2 and verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right, and this is why we're catching hell, so that we can be a better, we can be better spirits. Because see, when you're going through mourning, the heart is made better. That's in Ecclesiastes.
Yeah.
So that's why the Lord has got us suffering out, so that we can be made better, and also so that we can separate ourselves from this world. Because if you were all perfect and you had everything, you know, to the T-bone, then you wouldn't really be asking or seeking the Lord, man.
Right.
If you had a perfect life. You know what I mean? Although I understand that, but you just get sick and tired of living like this, man. You want better. You want way more than what this life has to offer. Because this ain't it, man. This is not it, man. Like my man Jay-Z said, this can't be life. Yeah? Go on, bro.
That's why he said, but to die is gain.
Right.
Dying is gain, bro.
Yeah, because Paul was beheaded as well.
But if I live in the flesh, this is the fruit of my labor.
That was Paul speaking. Right.
This is the fruit of my labor, yet what I shall choose I what not.
Right.
I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Hamashiach,
Right.
which is far better.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you.
Right, and that's what we want, man. We wanna abide with the Lord, man. We want a society where the Lord is in the midst of us. But when we're here, it's like just, you know, we're in a situation where it's just we're in a state of mourning. That goes back to what you was reading before. I know you was reading where it talks about how can I think it's the virgins, right? How can the virgins be happy if there's no bride?
Oh yeah.
So that goes into what he was reading. I think we'll read that again so I can recap my stream.
So Matthew 9:15. And Yahawashi said unto them, and Yahawashi said unto them, can the children of the bride chamber mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them?
No.
For the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them,
Right.
and they shall
You're going-
and then shall they fast.
And then shall they fast. So let's read that again.
Verse 23. Excuse me. For I am in a strait betwixt two, having a desire to depart and to be with Hamashiach.
Right, so Paul desired to depart from the physical realm that he was in. He desired to depart out of the flesh that he complained about in Romans the 7th chapter. Go on.
Which is far better. Nevertheless, to abide in the flesh is more needful for you, and having this confidence, I know that I shall abide and continue with you for all your furtherance and joy of faith.
Enjoy your faith. Okay? Yeah, go on, bro. Go on.
He said that. He said he's caught between two. He said he wants to die. I mean, like, what's the point of living a life like this? To hate your life, you know. But at the same time, if I'm gonna live, I'm just gonna live to preach this word for you. As your furtherance, for your growing in the knowledge. That's the only reason why I would live in the flesh, is for your sakes, for the sake of the elect. But I would rather just to die and just be with the Lord, man. Like, what's the point? Yeah. What's the point? You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, too, and we can apply that to ourselves, because we're living here, even though a lot of us we don't really want to be here, do we?
No.
I'm talking about the brothers that's, you know, high in this truth, because we already got that mindset. But we're here so that we can fulfill our purpose, and the purpose is to gain the elect. Yeah? That's just the thing. So we gotta be strong and encourage ourselves to go forward and forward. Because life is, life is hard, man. Life is difficult. But you gotta push through. You gotta muscle up, man. You know? Like what was said to Job by the Most High. Gird up thy loins like a man. So sometimes we get in that feminine kind of spirit and we falter under pressure. But we gotta get that testosterone back, man. We gotta move on and teach His word. Yeah. Go on, bro. Yeah, who was reading?
Can I mention?
Oh yeah, go on, bro.
I remember we were talking about raving, right? And I remember a couple of times when I was into the sound system around late 80s, early 90s. And cut long story short, there was a couple of times when it was getting, because there was a guy in the sound who was wanted. It was one of them Benjamin, proper Benjamin from Jamaica. And he was a gunman and he was wanted. Man wanted him from over Jamaica, so they were searching for him. And a couple of times, about 3 times, when I started to get restless, because I started to get fed up of raving, I started to get restless, and they said, that's out, just go missing, just shift. And the next day I go and check the brethren, they say, you know that what happened when you left? One man come and petrol bomb the place, you know, one of these raves, and mash out the place and come with baseball bat and lick up people, and the sound the sound system man, the controller, who controls all the sound, he got mashed up, but he was one of the best sound system controllers there is, but they got him as well, and he had a big bandana around his head. He had to go to the hospital for stitches. But cut long story short, a couple of times that started to happen when I started to just leave raves. And when he said to me,
so really the spirit of death came to that.
He said to me, every time you just about leave, just about in time, you always seem to escape just on the right time. So I knew the most I was pulling, we was talking about this before, Cam, pulling me out of certain situations that I didn't really know, you know, until man break it down. And when I sat down and thought about it, when I got into the Christianity, I realized. So I want to bring out this scripture, you know. Ecclesiastes 7:2 says, it is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men.
Yeah, that's very true. It's because when you're in a house of mourning or partying and BSing, what's going on? You're losing your focus on what's going on in the reality, right? Especially if you're a man of this truth. You're gonna get distracted and losing, or should I say, you're gonna get distracted from the prophecies that are happening on this earth. Okay, but ultimately you just tend to lose your focus on what you need to be doing. You know, when you're partying and all of that stuff. It's really, you're supposed to party and celebrate when you've accomplished something.
Right.
But to just party and BS,
yeah,
when you ain't accomplished nothing, then it's vanity, it's vain. What are you doing it for? When people do what they're doing, like I told this brother, me and his brother was talking on the phone. The reason why most people go out and party and do what they gotta do, because a lot of people are bored stiff. They have nothing to do with their life. They don't have a purpose.
Right.
Their life is meaningless. Yeah. So they have to go out there and make their life more meaningful and exciting. Because they're bored. That's just the truth.
Can I just say something? It's funny you should say that, because last night I was just laying and I was thinking the only time I really feel normal is when I'm here. And other times when I'm at work or whatever, and just going about.
Yeah, I get that feeling sometimes too.
But when you're out here with the brothers, you just feel like you're in your right place, man, in your right mind.
State of mind, yeah.
A little bit more, yeah?
Yeah, go on.
The end of all men, and the living will lay it to his heart. 3. Sorrow is better than laughter, for by the sadness of the countenance the heart is made better. One more. The heart of the wise is in the house of the mourning, but the heart of the fools are in the house
Check
of
that out. The heart
myrrh.
of the wise is in the
you just
house
said.
of mourning, man.
Right.
So if you're a jackass, you're not going to be in the house of mourning. You're going to be in the house of feasting, which is the end of all men. But if you're a wise person, you're going to be miserable like we are. Like this brother said, this truth makes you miserable, man. Because you start to wake up to all of the BS around this world. You start to realize that the way that this world is not supposed to be.
Right.
This isn't supposed to be.
Right.
You understand? Like we know and we understand what is supposed to be. This is not it. All right. This society and the way that people are operating, this is not what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Okay. What's supposed to be is a society where people respect the earth that they stand on. They respect themselves and they respect their authorities. All right. And people act reasonable. Go on, bro.
Psalms 82, verse 5. They know not, neither would they understand. They walk on in darkness.
Right.
All the foundations of the earth are out of course.
And that's why we hate this place. That's why we want to see it burn all the way down to crisp. Because this place doesn't provide nothing good. If you're living in a society and you're not benefiting from the society, what's really the worth of being in it? What's the worth of being in this society here? When all you have out here is slags and thugs and all just kind of decrepit people out here. What's the point? All right, and you got to stoop down to these people's level. I want to elevate, but yet you got to stoop down to these idiots out here. You're dealing with them. Because they're from beneath.
Right.
Yeah, so this is why we're seeking the world to come, which is the kingdom of heaven.
That's right.
That's the only thing that matters to us right now. Go on, bro.
Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest.
Beautiful.
Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you.
And we reading, let's read that again. This is specifically telling us why it's polluted. Let's read that.
What?
Since you have it here, what you have it for? And then I'm gonna let you read this.
Psalms 82, verse 5.
Yeah, go back to Isaiah 24 too. Please read Isaiah 24.
They know not, neither would they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundation of the earth are out of course.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it sounds like Isaiah 24. But you was reading now, okay. Yeah, so that's just the thing, man. This whole world is warped, is flipped upside, everything's flipped upside down, man. You know, you got a lot of men out here that are just pretty much feminine as women. And you got women leading these men. That's out of order. Yeah, so even on that aspect, that's out of order. And then when you're dealing with the average woman out there, she's expecting you to pretty much be a damn dog, a damn pet.
Yeah.
And she tells you what to do. Now she gonna play off like you're in control of that. But once you get in a relationship, she really wants to take control. And then you gotta be this beta male simp all your life, right? You can't be the man and put your foot down. But in our society, it's going to be the man being the man that he's supposed to be.
Right.
Calling the shots, producing, going to work. Right? He ain't going to be out here just wandering around with Goldilocks on his freaking head. His life is going to have a meaning. He's going to be put to work, or he's going to be doing some kind of work. They're not going to be hanging out doing anything. All right? And the man is going to have control of the household and guide the household in righteousness. All right? It's not going to be no 50-50. The man is going to call all the shots. Yeah, and he's going to lead the family in righteousness. Go on, bro. And what I mean by I don't mean that we're going to run our household like a tyrant. We're not going to do that, man. We're going to be reasonable with our children. We're going to be reasonable with our wives. Okay? Because if we're not doing that, then we're going up.
They're going to be in order too.
But they're going to be in order. So we're not going to have a reason to act like a tyrant anyway.
Exactly.
Because our women are going to be perfect just like how we're going to be perfect. But it's just that the men, they're going to have more of a higher spiritual power. They're going to be gods. You know, that's the only difference. But our women, they're going to be perfect. They're going to be more feminine than all of the rest of the heathen. They're going to show the example of what it is. All of our people are going to be the example of the nations on how to conduct themselves.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 3.
Yeah.
For the time past, remember verse 2, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men, but to the will of the Most High.
So we're going to get to that point where we're going to be living just so we can please the Heavenly Father. Right now, we're in the flesh, pleasing the flesh. Okay? But in this truth, you know, we're disciplined to know that we have to do the things with the word of the Lord anyway. Yeah, ignore that, brother. Ignore that, brother. That's just distractions, man. That's just Satan trying to distract the word, man, from getting out. That's what that is. And again, it just goes back to my point. The reason why she's on drugs and she's high, because she doesn't have nothing to live for, man. That's why she's all out there like that. Heritage, she's probably like 60 years old. She got grandkids probably. And she's all out there, man. And that's what happens when you don't have a purpose. When you don't have a purpose in life. Your life is meaningless. Okay, you'll go around in areas you don't really need to go around and you're messing with people.
Yeah.
Even them little pranksters on the YouTube. They're doing that because, again, they're bored stiff.
Yeah.
And they don't have a meaningful life. So their thing is, okay, with this pranking thing, I'm getting excited from it. And at the same time, I'm making money of it too. So let me go do a prank. Let me go mess with random people on the street. That's someone that's bored out of their ass.
Yeah.
All right? When people are bored, man, and they want to get rid of that boredom, they'll do anything to get rid of that boredom. Okay? Anything. I mean anything. Go on.
This is about folly, man.
Yeah.
Lamentations.
I've got more, but
Okay, let him bring this out. Yeah, come on.
Lamentations 3 and 22 says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not."
Right. So it's a merciful thing. You see, all of us brothers out here, we're a miracle. These people, they're not a miracle, man. We're the miracle because we were down and out as like these people were. But it's a miracle that we're able to come to a true senses and to have the right state of mind now. All right. And we know what to expect. And the word expect means to look out. So we know what to look out for. Right. And we know exactly what we're supposed to be doing as well. Upon ourselves. Go on.
Verse 23, they are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, saith my soul. Therefore I will hope in him. The Lord is good unto them that wait for him,
And
to the soul that seeketh him.
Yeah.
It is good that a man should both hope and quietly wait for the salvation of the Lord.
Yeah. Exactly. So who's the only one that's waiting for the Lord? Turn the camera around, brother. These people waiting for the Lord. Are they really waiting for, like, let's think about it. They're not waiting for no Lord, man. They out there getting their bus, getting ready to go home. That's what they do. They get ready to go to a damn club. Because their life is meaningless. That's what they waiting to do. They ain't waiting on no Lord, man. They can't even spell the word. Come on, man. We're the ones that's waiting for the Lord, man. It says that they that wait upon the Lord shall the Lord renew their strength. All right? Go on, brother.
That's it.
All right, yes, so, yeah, here's what you got, brother.
So it says, verse 3, for the time
And I notice, man, that these Edomite women, man, they starting to really do what our women used to do, show their ass. They always showing their ass, man. Cover yourself, man. Go on, bro.
For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentiles, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings,
Right, revelings.
banquetings.
Look up the word reveling, brother, if you can. I want to know what that word means, man. I think it means just acting out or wilding out, something like that. I'm just assuming, but I don't want to just assume and that be it. I want to actually see what this word means. Because I don't really, I don't truly know what it means.
I think it's like, partying, drinking, and merry festivities.
Oh, okay. Okay. We still going to look it up anyway, just for the sake of edification as well. Yeah, anybody can look it up. It don't matter. It's great.
Did you want a definition of reveling?
Yeah, reveling. Yeah.
Right, this is from dictionary.com. It says reveling. This is definition 1. It says to take great pleasure or delight, usually followed by to revel in luxury. Definition 2 is to make merry, indulge in boisterous festivities.
That's right. Brother was right on that.
Yeah. That's basically, there's 3 other definitions.
So it means to be in a state of pleasure, pretty much. Reveling. And that's these people out here. They're all caught up in their pleasure. They're there to wait. They're to fulfill their pleasure. We're waiting upon the Lord. That's the difference. Yeah? That's all it is right there. Yes, sir. And these Muslims, they look lost as well, man. They are gone. They're gone, man. There was 2 Muslims that came up, man, and they made a damn. They embarrassed their religion.
Yeah.
I think he was. No, he wasn't there, was he? No, he wasn't there. But yeah, there was 2 Muslims. I think he was there, right? Yeah. What was that, bro?
Last week they came past.
Huh?
The Muslims came past last week.
Yeah. They made their religion look terrible. They were jumping all out of it, man, saying Allah Akbar and all of this nonsense. Yeah, she's been in for a long time, man. Yeah, I noticed that. She's been in for a time, man. Yeah. Yeah, I think she knows she's the Israelite, man. She might know she's an Israelite, yeah.
Bit of difference.
Yeah, she's going, you're going, bro.
Going back to reveling, this is 1 Timothy 5 and 6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth.
Right, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. And that's just the thing, and that goes for the men too, because see, when the men are in pleasure, hey, that's the end of all men, as we just read in the Ecclesiastes, the 7th chapter. All right, that's the whole thing, man. So what you want to do is you want to get out of that estate and then deal with the truth. Go on.
So Hosea 2 and 11. I will also cause all her mouth to cease.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That's a badass looking woman right there, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. No, that woman over there, she's good looking, man.
Which one? The black dress?
No, that woman right there with the dress, yeah.
Tallish woman, yeah.
Hosea 2 and 11. I will also cause all her mouth to
Well,
cease.
he must be going through hell too, man. It don't matter how bad looking they are. They pretty much make you go. They could make you go crazy, man.
Calm.
In those relationships.
Calm.
Go on, bro. So it looks good, but it's not what it all.
No, it's practical.
Right, exactly. Go on, bro. Most likely, if you're in a relationship as a man, you're pretty much in a situation where you're just a servant, man. Just call it what it is. And she's running the show.
You're just sitting back and taking it all in.
That's all it is, yeah.
You're bringing all the bread to the table.
That's it. That's all it is, man. You're just a child in her lap. Another child that she got to take care of. Go on. You know how I know? Because we've been in relationships, man. We know how it is. All right? And if you're a married man, that's the end of you. Woo! Married, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, man. Just call it a day. You know? As a man, you lose your freedom, you lose everything, man. You know, and there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of men out there that are in relationships that wish that they've never got married.
Yeah.
It was the worst decision that they've ever done. In their life, yeah. So it's not what it's all cracked up to be, like the brother said, man. It looks good. They got kids and everything.
Yeah.
But you don't really know what's going on inside that house, man. All right. Well, to a certain degree, I kind of do know because we were all part of that world. Yeah. Go on, bro. And it doesn't end good for men getting these relationships.
Yeah.
You've got this comedian called Louis C.K. and he says the best part of a marriage is divorce.
Yeah.
And he said you never see a miserable man saying, oh my divorce is going terrible.
Right.
No, he says that the man who's divorced, he's happy as hell.
Yeah, he's happy as hell, man. Because he's free. He's free. This brother knows what I'm talking about.
That's true. That's so true.
Because he's free. Because see, and this is the thing. This is why these women, man, they're not a big deal. You got these guys out here, as we've all been conditioned to do. We've been conditioned to think that, we need a woman, we need to get married, we need to do this. But when you get married, you're putting yourself in jeopardy as a man. All right, because all she gonna do, because you don't know what this woman could do. She could put you on child support, mess your life up, man, mess up in your entire life. But you generally sincerely love this woman. You think that this woman is gonna provide you with the love that you desire, when in fact she's using you for a particular moment in time, so she could go monkey branch to another guy, man, and then put you on child support. And use that child support money to spend it on the man that she's currently dating, man. Go on, bro.
First Ezra chapter 4.
A lot of that's going on in the States. Go on. That's why you got a lot of, God don't mean to cut, brother. That's why you got a lot of guys, man. They've went midtown.
Right.
Because they waking up to the bullshit of these women out here. Go on, bro.
4 verse 26. Yeah, many there be that run out their wits for women.
Good scripture.
And become servants for their sakes.
And become servants for their sake. So a lot of these men that are married in today's society, because you got to understand, when a man gets married, right, what he's doing is he also has to sign with the government as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So not only is he marrying the woman, but he's also marrying the state. So he's marrying two parties at the same time, right? And I want to say this as well because these women, like I always say, they've dealt with multiple different men. So you also got to realize and remember and keep this in mind that a lot of these women got all kind of spirits from all of the men that they're dealing with. So when you marry one woman, you're marrying, if she, let's say she's had 80 guys, you're dealing with 81 spirits. That's what you're doing, man. Yeah, go on, man.
This is Sirach 26 and 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Right, a wicked woman is given unto a portion of a wicked man. And that's why these men, they take hold of these women like they're all in the bag of chips. But they're really there to give this man a life of hell because he ain't right.
Wow.
You see, the Lord can use a woman to pretty much bring you to condemnation.
Yeah.
Hey, there's been guys that have came in the truth and fell out the truth because of a woman. And that was the Lord taking that guy out because he wasn't right. Go on, bro. I like how the precepts just keep coming out, you know? Anyway, you're finished what you got.
Alright, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord.
Right, and there's no godly women out there, truly.
Yeah.
Now you got women that pretend to be godly, but they're not godly. You know, a lot of these women out here, like I said, they dealt around with different guys.
Right.
And because of that, on top of that, what I'm also going to say is they lose the valuability of having a man. You're just another man in the way, it's just your turn. So what are you getting involved in? What are you doing? Well, you're wasting your time. Okay, with these women. They look all good and they look all prepped up and dolled up with makeup, right? And they showing their ass so they can lure you into their world, their boring ass world, right? And destroy your life in the process. Go on, brother.
So 1 Timothy 5 and 13. And withal, they learn to be idle, wandering about from house to house.
That's what they're doing right now, wandering from house to house. They showing their ass, man. They should be in the house cooking and cleaning and preparing meals for their children. They wandering about and about, showing their vagina, showing their ass. I'm gonna just be real with it, right? Right, go on, brother.
And not only idle, but tattlers also.
They're not doing anything. That's what it means by idle. They're not doing anything. They're just they're just running around the place and running amok and making their life a misery. And they want you to undo their misery for them. Because they don't know how to take accountability for their own actions, like a bunch of children. And that's all you're going to be doing when you get in these relationships. All you're going to be doing is sowing her situation. Right? How do I know? Because you've all been in these relationships, man. All right? And we just coming straight and roll with it because it's a waste of time. Right. It's a waste of freaking time. Go on, brother.
This is Sirach 25 and 21. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Desire her not for pleasure.
Right, and desire her not for pleasure. And at the end of the day, like I said, when you get in these relationships, you're the man and you're going to be the one pretty much following what she's doing. You're going to be the servant. All right? That's just how it's going to go. Go on.
Verse 22.
Now you got brothers out there that's got women and all of that stuff, and they may not be going through that situation. But you got a lot of men that are in that situation where they have to serve, and they have to be the beta male simp. They have to be the teddy bear in a relationship. They can't be a man. They gotta tuck their nuts in. Go on, brother.
Verse 22.
Sorry. I don't talk like that, but yeah.
Verse 22. A woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach.
And that's what she's doing, man. All of them are maintaining their husband because their husband is pretty much, he don't know what he's doing. He don't really know how to be a man. He's not up on no damn game. So she gotta maintain him, and this is why a lot of them, they go from rock to rock. They go from Jonathan to Jamie and to Joel and who else, brother? Pookie and Ray Ray. You know, and Bill and also Bill, right? Anthony, Tyrone. Who else, man? Antoine. And the list goes on, man.
I've actually been through it with a old school nigga, you know, back in the day. He brought a girl to his bed sit.